If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and the best is blessed, baby.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Keep it clean. Touch gloves if you wish. Let's do it.
Straight Talk MMA, hosted by Zay Bonez, the MMA Brotherz.
Yeah, we back.
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Man, I'm excited for this card.
What card? What you talking about? What card?
No, just a regular UFC pay-per-view this weekend. Nothing special.
Not the last one of the year.
Yeah, and not the welterweight championship too.
Man, it would have been better if they had the flyweight championship on there. Double it up,
I know, right? Throw on some good undercards. Some future champions too.
Hey, everybody, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Straight Talk MMA. We are the MMA Brotherz. I am Zay.
And it's your boy Bones.
And we are here to get into this UFC 296 tomorrow, live from Vegas. Definitely a stacked card from top to bottom. I feel like I'm saying this every show, but we got one. We got one in store tomorrow.
Yeah, from the prelims to the main card, every fight got something at stake.
From the window to the wall.
Yeah.
Hey, so before we get into this card, man, what's your expectations? How would you rate this? Like main card only first.
Well, I feel like for the main card, the main event usually, when it comes to like the build up, the main event usually sets the tone in a way. And I feel like for this fight, it's a lot of heat between these two, so it's kind of setting the tone. And the energy is definitely going to be felt throughout the building,
And then if the whole card as a whole, prelims and everything, if you was going to give it a rating like from 1 to 10, as far as expectations or just name value or what it looked like on paper?
Name value, I would give it, probably 9 out of 10 maybe, because you got Colby Covington, you got Cody Garbrandt. Those are some big names. Colby himself, is a real big name. Expectations, I'll also get at a 9 out of 10 because I feel like a lot of these fights are definitely going to deliver. I'm looking forward to the Cody Garbrandt and Brian Kelleher fight. That's going to be pretty interesting. Which Cody are we going to see? You feel me? So,
and just so everybody know, this was a 14-fight card. 2 fights were canceled. We had Vicente Luque versus Ian Machado Gary, and we also had We also had Rude Boy Randy Brown versus Samir Imagulov. Both of those fights put I think who was it? Ian Gary got pneumonia.
Yeah.
Randy Brown got COVID. We also had Giga Chikadze was supposed to face off against
Josh Emmett.
but Giga pulled out. But your boy Thug Nasty stepped in on extremely short notice.
Arguably one of the best MMA rappers out there.
All right, so without any further ado, let's get right into it. First fight of the night. We actually kick off the prelims with heavyweights. We got 13-1 Martin Baddies Boudet versus 11-0 Shamil Gaziev.
I don't know too much about either one. I believe I seen I seen one of his fights in the UFC, his last fight. I feel like because they're heavyweights, this is going to kind of set the tone for tonight.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, I feel like this is definitely going to be a knockout. I'm looking for Martin Boudet to knock him out probably within like the first 2 or 3 minutes of the fight, and it's going to set the tone, you know. And for people who don't watch early prelims, and they always ask me, my brother, damn man, y'all some hardcore fans, man. Like y'all don't just watch the prelims, y'all watch the early prelims from the first fight on, and they always wonder why. And this is one reason why, because when you start off with the first fight and it's a banger or a knockout or something like that, it sets the tone, you know, throughout the crowd and as a fan too, for the rest of the night. So, you know.
And with that being said, you know, they be competing for these performance bonuses and whatnot. So I feel like the first fight of the night start off a certain type of way. Everybody trying to match their energy because who don't want an extra 50 G's?
Yeah, but all right, this guy got knocked out, but I got to put this guy like stiff. I got to, you know, get a walk-off KO in my fight. You know what I mean?
You took the words right out of my mouth as far as this fight goes. I'm not too familiar with Shamil. I don't know if this is debut or not. I seen Martin Boudet a couple times. It's not often that they put heavyweights in the curtain jerker, but they're trying to go out with a bang for the year. And I will say this. I do know that between the two of them, they have like 13 first-round finishes. So should be fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And second fight.
Yeah, I know, right? Second fight.
Yeah.
22-10. Andre Touchy-Feely versus 10-2 Lucas Almeida. I got a question for you, bro.
What's up?
Is that Thomas Almeida's brother or something?
I'm not sure. Xavier Martinez said Martin is going to win because his name is Boudet, and you can't go wrong with a buddy. Or you buddy.
I thought he had a Boudet in his bathroom.
I'm not sure if this is brother or not. I don't really know much about Lucas Almeida. And this is what we're talking about. The first fight, you have a ranked opponent. You know, he got a number by his name. This fight, neither one of these competitors are ranked yet. You have name value in Andre Touchy-Feely. You know,
I don't know, Xavier. He could probably show you better than he could tell you. How'd your kids? How'd your wife?
But I'm looking for Andre Feely to definitely take this fight, maybe by decision. I don't really know too much about Almeida, like I say. I would like to see him, you know, obviously knock him out. I'm a Andre Feely fan. His last fight, I believe he did lose. I can't remember the
John Wood. He lost to John Wood.
Yeah, exactly. And I believe he actually started that fight out pretty good, but you know, throughout the course of 3 rounds, Wood was able to take control of the fight. But I'm looking for him to bounce back and get a W in this fight.
Yeah, I hope so. I feel like he's been kind of up and down as of late, and he's one of those fighters that a lot of times he come out. He's extremely active. A lot of traffic as far as offense goes, and he's pretty fast. But I feel like somewhere he always get clipped, and it's like either he recover or he get finished. I guess those are the only 2 options. But yeah, I'm really a fan. I always felt like I feel like he hasn't lived up to expectations. I think the fact that he's a team alpha male protege is kind of one reason why I'm a fan, because I was always a Uriah Faber fan. But
hey, isn't that crazy though? Because he never really uses wrestling.
Nah, he don't. I think he uses wrestling to stay on his feet. a la Chuck Liddell.
Hey, I also want to acknowledge Trevor said a 9 out of 10 is a superb show, possible show of the year. I'm not sure if you mentioned that, but yeah, this possibly can be show of the year, in my opinion.
It could be. I feel like part of it will be recency bias, but I will say that last pay-per-view though, that was a banger.
Yeah, it was.
So next up, in the flyweight division,
both got numbers by their name.
Yeah, I know. Number 12 versus number 15. We got 15-2, Tagir Ulanbekov versus 16-4-1, Cody Durden.
All right, I'm looking for Cody to pull off an upset. Even though the odds say that, I believe that's a 186 or 166. He's a favorite. Because he's the Russian. Most people would I would say pick him to win.
Why you whispering that?
Well, I'm not sure if he Dagestani or not, that kind of Russian, but yeah. So I'm looking for Cody Durden to win this fight by decision. I feel like he's gonna surprise him, and looking for him to pull out the upset.
I'm gonna take Tagir Ulanbekov because I'm more familiar with him, to be honest, and I feel like he's extremely well rounded. Trevor says smash. Oh yeah, y'all do that, please. Smash the like button, like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. But Tagir Ulanbekov, I feel like he's a well-rounded fighter, and so I feel like he'll be comfortable no matter what his fight goes. But it's kind of crazy that they have a total of 3 or 4 ranked fighters in the early prelims.
Yeah.
So then, to kick off the regular prelims, we have 9-1 King Casey O'Neill making her return against the 16-8 Queen of Violence Ariane Lipski.
My mind is telling me to pick Casey, in this fight.
Don't do it.
But I'm gonna follow my heart, and I'm gonna pick Ariane Lipski to win this fight by upset. I feel like she kind of is more aggressive, and I feel like she's gonna bring it. You know what I mean? And I feel like she can catch her. And probably would. I don't want to see TKO, maybe by decision, but I feel like she can definitely maybe drop her maybe once or twice in the fight, maybe once, and just beat her up.
Yeah, I can honestly see her getting the finish by KO TKO. She's extremely aggressive. She was on a little skid. I think she lost 2 out of 3. And then she started training with Amanda Nunes. Amanda took her under her wing. And since then, she's been on a 5-fight win streak. And she got a couple first-round finishes in there, too, all TKOs. So I definitely feel like whatever she's doing over there at the Lioness Studios is helping her game. I feel like she became a little bit more defensively responsible and a little more accurate with her shots. I don't know if they worked on her power or not, too, or if it just built her confidence, but you got to think, working with the female who what up, Logan? Yo,
what's up, Lo?
But yeah, working with a female who's considered the GOAT will definitely do wonders for your confidence. So
definitely,
I'm looking for her to ride that wave. If she win this fight, she'll be in the top 12. Casey will fall off, but Casey is definitely a worthy opponent. Casey gonna win
because her name is a combo of Casey Jones
and April O'Neil, which is for TMNT power.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like Ariane could go ahead and get the finish in this fight. But if you notice, if you look at a lot of the odds, they're
very close.
They're even, yeah.
Yeah, like look, the next fight, as you're gonna see, is the exact same kind of odds.
Hey, but before we get to that next fight, you know what I want to say about the card as a whole?
What's up?
I felt like this was gonna be. It was set up to be a welterweight showcase because you got the welterweight championship in the main event, and then you had like 60% of the top 10 on this card.
Yeah, because you had Machado versus Luque. That was a big one.
And then the fact that Randy Brown out on the
Randy
card,
Brown.
yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, that's
Hey,
four
hey,
welterweights that dropped off the card.
hey, Trevor say, hell, I'm still trying to beat Shredder on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Shredder's Revenge.
Speaking of TMNT power,
I'm
but yeah,
excited for this next one.
yeah, me too, man. You
Hey,
know,
bro, hey, I have a problem with the matchmakers. Well, not the matchmakers, but the placement. Because all right, you had the main event of the prelims are going to be Bryce Mitchell versus Josh Emmett, and that got bumped up to the main card. So I feel like this fight right here that we're going to talk about should be the main event of the prelim.
yeah, I could see that, but you know, the only reason, yeah, I mean, regardless of, I mean, I feel like because it's Kelleher is probably why they didn't, but I still feel
No,
like they
man.
should have.
But boom, boom, bring it though, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he
Like
do.
every
But
time.
and actually, this might be one of the most exciting fights on the card.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Because it's
I'm gonna
not
go
going to
ahead and
go
buy
3
it.
rounds.
Yeah, I know Martinez, man. Garbrandt done kind of like they ain't showing him no love. They ain't showing no love, no love.
I know, pun intended. Oh man, it's yeah. I got
But
a problem with that,
we got 13-5 Cody No Love Garbrandt versus 24-14 Brian Boom Kelleher.
bro. I want you to take this one first.
Okay, so off top, I'm gonna just admit it. I'm biased. I'm a big Cody Garbrandt fan. Um, I say probably the best performance I have ever seen is when he destroyed Dominic Cruz
Oh,
with ease. When Dominic Cruz was still Dominic Cruz, and he just made it look easy. Uh, he's super fast, super aggressive. He got speed, but I feel like in that fight he was way more calculated. Sometimes he get a little too emotional, and when you tag him, he just has the urge to want to get it back, and he start brawling. And when he get clipped, like he's been knocked out like what 3-4 times. Let me see, Dillashaw twice, right?
yep.
And then
Kai
Pedro
Car,
Munoz
K
and
Car
then
France.
Car France, so 4 times. Since then, he's came back and knocked out
Rafael Sunsao.
with one of the nastiest knockouts. Probably that was knockout of the year for that year, most likely.
Yeah,
Um,
that I call that the COVID KO. because it's like, bro, when I think about them being in the COVID era, I think about that one knockout. You know what I'm saying? That's the COVID KO for me.
for those that didn't see it, jump on YouTube and look up Cody Garbrandt versus Rafael Sunsao. The way he did it, I believe it was
Bro,
towards the end of the second round. He
oh,
put his back up against the cage and
mm,
just dropped his hands and kind of baited Sunsao in. And when Sunsao swung with a right hook, he ducked down and just
bro,
brought a hook from his ankle all the way up.
he caught back from Georgia.
and just knocked him out clean at the buzzer at that, and just walked off. He was so out he couldn't even sit on the stool.
Yeah, Xavier, it was the walk off at the last second. That's the exact one.
Yep. So and then since then he had one more fight. I can't remember who it was, but it was a last minute replacement opponent, and he won that one too. He utilized his wrestling a little more. I'm interested to see what Cody gonna do. I know he's fresh off of a surgery, but I know Brian Kelleher is also fresh off of a neck surgery. So yeah, it was nasty. All caps, nasty. But so Brian Kelleher, he's kind of well rounded too. He does have some power. So I feel like if Cody does get into the shootout with him, I feel like it could be first man to land clean, could end the fight. But I'm pulling for Cody Garbrandt, and that's pretty much what I got for that one. I'm looking. I don't know what version of him gonna show up in. It's like I feel like he's at a stage now, especially because he's in the lighter weight class, and he'll probably never get back to the title. But if he did, that would be great.
Man, so he was before he even did the Dominic Cruz thing. Because I'm such a fan, I want to bring this up. He defeated Ricardo Almeida when he was a straight up monster. and
They
they
were
did a
both
fight.
undefeated at the time, actually.
Exactly, he was undefeated, and ever since then, he's never been the same again. And after that, he beat Takei Mizugaki and then beat Cruz for the belt. Got knocked out 3 straight times between Cruz twice and Munoz. He beat Rafael Assunção and then lost to Rock Funk by
Between
decision.
Dillashaw twice, you mean?
Yeah, Dillashaw, then Munoz. It's 3 straight knockouts. And then he beat Assunção and then had two more L's. Rob Fun and Kai Kara France.
I forgot
And,
about the Rob Font fight.
yeah, it was a decision though, and Kai Kara France knocked him out. And then his last fight was a decision against Trevin Jones. His last fight, he utilized a whole lot of wrestling, and he was a different, more calculated Cody Garbrandt. So, as fans, we're hoping that Cody Garbrandt shows up, the one that fought Dominic Cruz, and that performance. Every MMA fan and every podcaster and everybody alike always agrees that that's one of the best performances we all seen. You know, like it was like Da Vinci-esque, you know what I'm saying? It was, the artwork was masterful, you know.
He even stunned on him a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick Cody to win by decision because if he get too reckless, Kelleher will catch him and will knock him out. So I'm looking for him to be patient and be smart, you know, with his shots and with his combos and everything like that, and utilize the footwork that got him to the championship, you know, and not be so gung ho. And if you get hit, you know, that I mean you gotta just fire right back immediately and leave yourself open. You know, a lot of times that's how he get knocked out, you know. But yeah, I'm picking Cody to win by decision here.
All right, cool. We'll move on to the next fight where we have 14-7 Irene Aldana, whose last performance was very unimpressive. She went from number 2 to number 5. She got destroyed by Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes retired right after that fight. And she's going up against the 17-5 Carol Rosa. We have number 5 versus number 9. Again, another fight of 2 top 10 fighters. And we're still on the prelims. Bantamweight division.
This is another fight I'm gonna pick with my heart instead of my head. Because Irene, she disappointed me so much in the last fight. She should win this fight. But she has to show me first that, you know, she recovered from the Amanda Nunes loss. So I'm picking Cara Rosa to win by decision here, and we'll see what happens.
I think Irene Aldana come back and get the knockout.
I mean, she should.
And the reason why is because I feel like that Amanda Nunes fight was mostly mental. She didn't even perform. It's like she took a ball and went home. If Aldana is a homie of Grasso, then of course I'm going against her. Justice for Shevchenko. I feel you on that. Yeah, Shevchenko definitely got robbed in that fight. But I think Aldana gonna get the knockout because I feel like her boxing is extremely crisp. She real big for the division. I feel like she had to go back and watch that Nunes fight and be disappointed in herself because she knows she didn't fight nearly up to her potential. I like what they got going on at that camp. Despite the injustice of Shevchenko, I feel like everybody in that camp is on the rise. You look at Irene Aldana, you look at Alexa Grasso, you look at Lupi Godinez, you look at what's the guy's name, man?
Benito Lopez.
No. The other guy. He been finishing. He got a late start.
I know. I can't think of his name. You're talking about the coach. He a coach.
Yeah. But anyway, so I feel like that gym is on a roll. She's the one eyesore just sitting over there. I just let a championship title shot go down the drain by not letting her hands go and just being in awe of the fact that she was in the octagon with Amanda Nunes. Nah, not the one that got slept, the one that slept the guy. That's Benito Lopez, who my brother just mentioned, but it's the other. I think it's another Diego Lopez, right? Ain't that his name?
Yeah, Diego Lopez.
Diego Lopez. I feel like he's definitely a future star, but I think Irene Aldana can go ahead and get the KO.
Hopefully. I mean, I would be happy for her, you know.
Don't sleep on Carol Rosa though.
I'm not.
Next up, we have a fight in the light heavyweight division. Should be fireworks. Again, two ranked guys, 14 and 15. We got the atomic Alonzo Minifield coming in at 14, 3 and 1. That one draw being against Jimmy Crute, which he came back and avenged against the Haniac Dustin Jacoby, who was 19, 7 and 1.
Bro, they got 2 fights after Cody. They could have put Cody in the main prelim fight, man.
Yeah, but I feel like with that fight, looking at the last prelim, I can see justification for it. I'm not gonna say I 100% agree with it
Because they both rank, right?
No, not even the rank. Well, they both ranked, and you know somebody going to sleep in this fight.
Yeah, maybe. So, all right, I'm gonna pick Alonzo Minifield to win by second round darts choke or arm triangle. I think he's gonna get like a submission. I think he's gonna drop Dustin and then catch him in a submission.
Yeah, I can see Alonzo Minifield winning this fight too. But I'm not sleeping on Dustin Jacoby. I do feel like his last fight was against Khalil Roundtree. I believe that was his last fight, and one could argue that he got robbed. But I mean, I wouldn't really call it a robbery either way. It was a close fight. One could say that he won that fight. I'll put it that way. But I'm looking for Alonzo Minifield to come in and be aggressive. I'm looking for him to get him out of there early. I feel like ever since he aligned himself with Pat Barry, he's been doing wonders for his striking. So he's been getting a lot of knockouts, and he got a submission game. So he's well-rounded, extremely strong, young. I feel like he's definitely an athlete on the rise. It's just a matter of what is his cardio going to look like. And Dustin Jacoby, I feel like he's the more skilled striker as far as just like setting traps and fighting you at his range. He got real good kickboxing. So I feel like Alonzo Minifield, he'll grapple you, and he don't really got like kicks like that. It's just punches and grappling game. I feel like Dustin Jacoby is more well-rounded on the feet. He just don't have the power. But I feel like if he can sit back and snipe, I'm not gonna say he don't have the power. His power doesn't match Minifield's, in my opinion. But if he can sit back and snipe and keep it like controlled chaos as opposed to what Minifield trying to bring, which is just straight chaos, then he would have a chance to outpoint him and possibly drag him into deep water and get the finish that way. But I feel like either way, I don't think we'll see all 15 minutes of this fight.
Dustin Jacoby, after the Khalil Roundtree lost by decision, he lost to Mirza Karnov, and then he won. He knocked out Kennedy Ezechiel his last fight. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, me too. I forgot about that too. Which he was pretty much. He should have been done in that fight.
Yeah, he's pretty tough. I ain't gonna sleep on him.
Go to show the heart on the man. And now,
yeah,
to the main card. This was supposed to be a prelim, but due to the reshuffling of the card, they moved it up to the main card, which is pretty cool. We have former interim title challenger Josh CCO Emmett coming in at 18 and 4, taking on the late replacement, last minute replacement. I think he took the fight on like 4 days' notice. The 16 and 2 Thug Nasty Bryce Mitchell
from good old Arkansas.
Thug Nasty. Chris said Thug Nasty. What an interesting main slate. Yes, sir. I agree with you 100%, Martinez. It is.
All right, man. I'm a huge. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm a huge Thug Nasty fan. Bryce Mitchell. I am kind of surprised that. I mean, I shouldn't be too surprised that he took the fight on short notice, because usually that's not something that he do. But I feel like it just shows his confidence and he evolving and getting better. His last fight against Dan Ige, I was pretty impressed. He was able to withstand the storm and the onslaught from Ige. This fight, Josh Emmett, man, he gonna beat him up, batter him, and just rough him up. I don't think he gonna finish him because Emmett is extremely tough and durable. But Thug Nasty is just gonna cut him up with elbows and use his wrestling, and the wrestling may cancel out. And if it's a standing thing, Emmett does have that power. But besides that, I just feel like Mitchell, he just gonna control the pace of the fight and get the dub in this one and elevate himself further in the featherweight rankings.
I see this fight going totally opposite because I feel like, I mean, Josh Emmett, he is pushing 40, and that's kind of up there for a featherweight.
Wait, can I just say one thing? His last 2 fights, he took beatings.
Yeah, he did. He did. What was it? Yair and Cater, right?
Nope, Yair and my boy Ilya Tapor.
Oh yeah. He didn't. Oh yeah, he beat Cater before he fought Yair.
Yeah, he beat Cater. He beat Ige, Shane Burgos, Mercer Big Tech, Michael Johnson.
He took a beating in the Cater fight too.
Yes, he did. And arguably, he lost that fight too.
Absolutely. That another Team Alpha Male alumni. Shout out to Uriah Faber once again. I feel like Josh Emmett, Bryce Mitchell's only path to victory, in my opinion, is to wrestle him. Josh Emmett is a wrestler, although he doesn't use it. He more so relies on his power. I feel like Thug Nasty will definitely be outmatched in the striking department. So if he can't get him down and if he can't get the takedowns, I feel like Emmett is a little faster and he has the power to sleep anybody with one punch. So I can see Josh Emmett winning this fight by knockout. KO or TKO.
Not happening.
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, every time you see Bryce Mitchell, the striking is not up to par with the grappling. And I mean, he's tough, but I mean, look at what Ilya did to him. True enough, Ilya did the same thing to Josh, but I just feel like, and even Dan Ige was doing him in. I feel like Josh is better at picking and finding his shots, and I feel like he got the power to sleep him. So that's how I see this fight going down. I feel like the wrestler might cancel each other out.
Nah, bro, not happening. Thug Nasty got this one.
What you want to put on it?
Oh no, we definitely bet something on it. I'm not coming up with nothing right off the top of my head, but we definitely bet something on this fight.
You gonna come up with something crazy? Watch.
Yeah, it's interesting because I also got another bet with a coworker for this one too because he think Emmett gonna sleep him too. So I don't know. I mean, I might be. I don't know.
Oh boy,
let's go.
Oh man. Up next, we have 26-9, living legend, former UFC interim championship. Definitely Hall of Fame, lightweight. He's destroyed all of the top names in the division. El Kukui, which translates to the boogeyman, Tony Ferguson, versus the popular. Some people love him, some people hate him. In my opinion, overrated. 20-3, Patty the Batty Pimblett. In my opinion, Tony Ferguson, 6-fight losing streak, which has to be rough after going on a 12-fight win streak, which is the longest in lightweight division history, by the way. At one point, Tony Ferguson was just destroying people. Like I said, this fight is like a year and a half late, to be honest. Yeah, I feel you on that. A lot of people are concerned about Tony. There's not too many fighters, in my opinion, that are beloved by the fans as Tony Ferguson. You got a few, but I mean, like, he's pretty up there. At one point, Ferguson was running through the lightweight division, smashing everybody. And I mean, when I say smashing, like, yeah, he would take damage, which I feel like has caught up to him, but nobody ever looked the same after a Tony Ferguson fight. They walked away with a loss and a cut-up face. The fight that was always supposed to happen but never did was Tony Ferguson versus Khabib Nurmagomedov.
And he would have destroyed Khabib.
they scheduled the fight like 4 or 5 times, and it just never happened. It wasn't meant to be. Tony has had some of the worst luck in the UFC, in my opinion. Going on a 12-fight win streak and never getting a shot at the undisputed title. I feel like that fight he had with Justin Gaethje just took a lot out of him, and he hasn't really been the same since. Tony Ferguson has a very unorthodox style. He can switch stances like fluidly. He'll ain't no telling what kind of strike he'll throw at you. It could be elbows, up elbows, spin, back fists, front kicks to the stomach, the teeps, Imanari rolls. I even seen him pretend like he was throwing sand to distract somebody before. He is really good with his jiu-jitsu off his back. Really good at finding darce chokes and anacondas. The way he did Edson Barbosa was nasty. I feel like Tony has always been like the type of fighter that starts slow and then pick up. But I will say, in his past couple of fights, Tony Ferguson is in a must-win situation. I've been feeling like that for his past 3 fights. His last 3 fights, he got finished. I remember Chandler knocked him out with the most vicious kick to the face I've seen probably ever. If you want to see some violence, you should look that up. Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chandler. Then he got finished by most recently Bobby Green. I can't remember who finished him in between that.
Nate Diaz.
Oh yeah, Nate Diaz finished him with the choke. So I feel like his ground game isn't what it used to be. Too tough for his own good sometimes. Charles Oliveira had him in a mean armbar. He didn't tap. I don't know how his arm didn't break. Benil Dariush had him in a mean ankle lock. He didn't tap. I don't know how his ankle didn't break. I feel like the wear and tear has caught up to him. Paddy the Batty, on the other hand, I feel like he's definitely got a lot of hype behind him. He's young in his UFC career. He got a whole country behind him. I just feel like he's overrated. He does leave his chin up in the air. He's a great submission specialist. I feel like if this was the Tony from a year and a half ago, then it would be no way that Paddy wins this fight. But when this fight was announced, and a lot of people have been calling for Tony retirement. When this fight was announced, I feel like everybody felt like, oh, this is a good fight for him. He can win it. But the closer it gets, I keep going back and forth, and I'm starting to feel like Paddy is going to get the W. If Paddy loses, Tony is back, or Paddy is a fraud. I feel like it's a combination of the two, but more so leaning towards Paddy is a fraud, and Tony got just enough juice in the bottom of the jug to go ahead and quench your thirst one more time. So, I'm going Tony Ferguson in this fight. I'm picking with my heart. I feel like if they keep it standing, Paddy has no chance. But if it goes to the ground, I haven't seen the same Tony Ferguson on the ground that I used to see. So,
Great analysis, bro. Tony Ferguson, like you said, ever since the Justin Gaethje KO, he lost to Oliveira by decision, then Benil Dariush by decision. Chandler knocked his head off his face, basically, and then he got submitted by Diaz and then Bobby Green. I would like to see Tony win, and I want to see him do good, and I want to see him go out, because I feel like this is definitely going to be his last UFC fight. Whatever he do after that, I'm not sure. Hopefully, I don't see him in bare knuckle or PFL or nothing like that.
hey, why you say that?
Or I say, what, this is his last UFC fight?
Yeah.
Isn't this his last fight on the contract? Or how many more fights he got?
I feel like he had a 6-fight contract like probably 3 fights ago.
Ooh.
They very well could cut him though.
Oh yeah, I think Dana will probably cut him because
You know
Dana, what?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I feel like it's one of those things where Dana probably want him to retire, but he knows that if he cuts him, he'll go somewhere else and they'll match him up against anybody just to say they have Tony Ferguson. And I feel like Dana is putting him in this fight and whatever fight he gives him next, if he gives him another one, to kind of like protect him a little bit. Like, okay, Patty not gonna do that much damage to you. Like you gotta remember, even if you look at all his losses, he was losing to the best of the best still. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Carlos Oliveira beat him, went on to win the title, and he started beating everybody. Well, he was already beating everybody when he fought Tony, but that elevated him. Like, Tony is one of those fighters. Tony's
But he been putting people over.
Yeah, Tony's the type of guy. You remember those memes?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's the type of guy that, like, he never shied away. So he lost to
Nate Diaz, Darius.
First Gaethje. Gaethje went on to fight for a title. Oliveira, he went on to win the title. Then it was Beneil Dariush, who was knocking on the door of a title but got finished by Oliveira. And then recently Arman it wasn't Sarukian. Yeah, it was Arman.
Yeah.
Then Michael Chandler, who fought for the title.
Nate
Diaz, who was on his way out. And
Bobby Green,
who that elevated him too. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean,
the trend will continue because Tony will elevate Patty because Patty is going to submit him and put him to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Patty fan. I like Patty. In any other situation, I would pick Tony because I'm a Tony fan. I like him. I want to see him go out good, but I gotta keep the Patty train rolling. You feel me? And I like the fact that people don't like him. That made me like him more. I will admit and I will concede that he did lose his last fight. The judges did, give it. It should have went to Jared Gordon, but it went to Patty instead. But Patty definitely gonna submit him and put him to sleep.
Yeah, I think that turned a lot of fans against Patty because they feel like he was gifted his last win by decision.
Well, sometimes people receive gifts, and they, but it is what it is, and I'm still a fan,
Hey, Tony say he bringing the blades out. He says it's been a while since he brought the blades out.
Oh, bro, you see who he training with, right?
David Goggins. Hey, you know what worried me about that?
David Goggins going to put a lot of wear and tear on him.
And not just that, I can see if that's for like a mental thing, like if he's trying to get his mind right. But I feel like what worried me about that was that nothing that he was doing, his cardio has never been, Patty did lose to Gordon.
I said that, man. You got to keep breaking it up,
Yeah, anytime you talk something about Patty or you say something about Conor McGregor, he get extremely defensive.
I mean, I'm just saying.
You should ask Trevor what I told him about what you were going to say about this fight when we get off there. But Goggins put Tony Ferguson through Hell Week, and he completed it. But what worries me about that is none of that has nothing to do with fighting. Like his conditioning was never a question. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was one of the first group of guys to weaponize pace, in my opinion. But I hope that was just something that he did on top of MMA training and not just, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and say Patty is going to be a future champion because I don't see that in him. He do leave his chin up way too high, and he's hittable. But he will get past Tony Ferguson and keep the train rolling.
And another thing you got to consider too, Patty's coming off of a long layoff. Ferguson been kind of active.
Yeah, Patty got fat as hell, man.
It's cool. I got a bone to pick with Bones later. Patty is overrated. All cap. You already know what that be about, don't you?
Yeah.
Guilty.
All right, anyway.
So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that fight. Moving on to the next fight.
Hey, my boy.
Oh, my God. And one of those welterweight showcases I was telling y'all about earlier. We have the Nomad, Shavkat Rakhmonov, coming in against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Shavkat Rakhmonov, number 5 in the division. Wonderboy is number 8 in the division. Shavkat 17-0, 100% finish rate.
Say it again, bro.
100% finish rate. What is it? 9 submissions and 7. Wait. 8 submissions and 7 knockouts.
Yep.
8 and 9. I think it's eight submissions, 9
He got
knockouts.
he got 8 knockouts and 9 submissions.
Yeah. And Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. This is going to be a hell of a fight. I'm really intrigued to see what happens. As you get to this part of the card, you see a reoccurring theme. You got a lot of the young up and comers, as Bones would say, a lot of young hungry lions. Xavier said Steven is going to lose because his nickname is Wonder Boy, corniest nickname in the game. Yeah, I could see that as far as the nickname, but I feel like even at his age, the dumbest thing anybody can do is stand and trade at distance with Stephen Thompson. He got that karate style, so it's like he right there, but he kind of not. With the bladed stance. I was hearing somebody say something about this fight, and they pointed out something that I never really realized. But Stephen Thompson was one of the first people to implement that same side punch kick combo. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but Shavkat is a beast. Obviously, he's well rounded. He got just as many submissions as he got KOs. Well, he got one more submission because he fought an odd number of times. It was 8-8. So I feel like everybody knows Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's kryptonite is to take him down. If Shavkat decide to stand and trade with him at distance, then that's Thompson's chance to try to get a KO or a finish. Remember his Shavkat last fight against Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal kind of pieced him up a little bit, but that just showed to me that he got heart and that he could take damage. I'm really high on this guy. I mean, I've been screaming his name from the rooftops. I feel like before it was popular to do so. I feel like I was telling people about Shavkat and they was like, who? But he's here now. He's arrived. They put him in the perfect spot right before the title fight to showcase his skills. I feel like this is a part of the reoccurring theme where he probably finna give Stephen Thompson his walking papers as far as competing for a championship. But I will say this: if Wonderboy pull it off, then I mean, you think they'll? Well, let me ask you this: do you think the winner of this fight could skip over Bilal Muhammad?
No, the winner of this fight will be second in line. I feel like, or should be second in line.
I can see the winner of this fight getting the loser of the main event.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I'm looking at. I think Shavkat gonna get this one by submission. Yeah, that's just how I see it. I feel like he will try to keep it standing with him though, because I feel like he don't really fear Steven striking, and that could be a bad thing, but it will make for some entertainment.
Xavier said if they skip Bilal again, I'll laugh really hard.
Yeah, me too. Me and Trevor be making a joke with me about that because I always underestimate Bilal, man. Like, it's like, to me, he don't pass the eye test, but the record speaks for itself. You get what I'm saying?
Yep. All right.
Speaking of Bilal Muhammad, he's the backup fighter for the main event.
Yeah, good to know. Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Stephen Wonderbread Thompson, nicest guy, about to get destroyed. Yeah, me and Chris was talking about that last night, how he's like a little gym teacher and karate teacher. He be driving the little van, picking up the kids from school and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
What Kobe Covington said?
What?
He said that he said he fit the description of a pedo, riding around in the van, him and his dad picking up kids, taking them to the dojo, luring them in the van with karate and candy.
That's hilarious as hell. That's why I love Kobe, man. Oh man, but anyway, yeah, you know, we all love Wonder Boy. We all think he's good and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He had his chance at the title against T Wood when T Wood was in his prime.
Yeah, that's that one draw he got.
Yeah. I'll stand on that. Below by split decision. Shavkat. All right, look, Shavkat isn't going to stay at distance. Shavkat, he's going to make it a little dirty and piece him up. I feel like he will. Huh?
Did you see some clinch work going on?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I feel like he will clinch him up because it would be foolish not to use his clinch work and ground ground game and everything like that. I would say if I had to choose, I would say that he would win by decision. But I'm also looking at like a third round submission as well. But I'm also so high on him. I want to take a chance and say he'll get like a first round submission over Wonder Boy. It's two people that I'm extremely high on, up and comers. Ilya Tapora and Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Hey, you can't even call them up and comers no more because they've arrived.
Yeah. So those two are my guys, and I'm riding with them until the end. And he definitely I think he's gonna win in impressive fashion.
Hey, if you never seen Shavkat fight, this is something you definitely want to see because I mean, just like his whole style exudes confidence.
Yep.
Like he never see him hesitant. Everything he does with authority, and you can tell that he is really sure of himself. Everybody at the gym, he actually trains at the gym where Trevor Schnurple train at. Shout out to Trevor. He might be having a fight coming up in January, but everybody called him the Boogeyman. And if you think that gym actually has a lot of welterweights.
Yep, they do.
And his last fight was against Jeff Neal. I feel like that was about a year ago. And the word on the street is it's hard to find them opponents because everybody ducks them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
That being said, I might put a little parlay in there and sprinkle something on Stephen Thompson and Tony Ferguson just because they're the two big underdogs. So
Tony is plus 250.
And Stephen Thompson is plus
470. Yeah.
So it's like it won't take much to win a lot. Probably won't happen, but I'll be dumb not to try it. Oh boy! Next up, we have a rematch between the champ Alexandre the Cannibal Pantoja coming in at 26-5 versus the guy with the best nickname in MMA, Brandon Raw Dog Royval, coming in at 15-6. These guys were matched up like 4 fights ago, and Alexandre Pantoja kind of cut through him like a knife through butter. He got a submission in the second round. Alexandre Pantoja was in what I would consider as fight of the year against Brandon Moreno, which is when he won the championship. Brandon Royval, he took a loss to Brandon Moreno. I think he dislocated his shoulder in that fight.
Yep.
And then the very next fight, he fought Pantoja. Since then, he's been on a 3 or 4 fight win streak. All of his wins have been impressive. I remember me, you, and Trevor chatting in our little group chat when we watched him destroy, I can't remember his last opponent, but he hit him with like a knee, and on the way down, he caught him with a hook. And then
Nicola, I forgot his first name. Nicola. Yeah.
And then he caught him with a knee, hit him with a hook, and on the way down, he hit him with like 3 or 4 very unnecessary shots, which I always think is awesome. So I feel like this is probably going to be fight of the night. The question that I have about Pantoja though is how much did that last fight take out of him against Royval? Because I mean, it was several times in that fight where you thought he faded and Royval broke him. It's over, and then he bounced back. So that's my main question for this fight. How much does he still have left? How much did that fight take out of him? But I feel like it's going to be an all-action fight. Brandon Royval is extremely unpredictable. That's you?
No, not me.
Brandon Royval is extremely unpredictable, though. I don't know what that is. Brandon Royval is extremely unpredictable, unorthodox. I feel like he come with a lot of offensive firepower. I feel like sometimes he get risky, and I
Yep.
feel like that may be his downfall. I feel like the same thing that makes him vulnerable is also his strength. I feel like he should take a more measured approach in this fight. And I've even heard him speak about his reckless style and how he just always felt like he could just always out heart and out will these guys.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of times fighters learn a lot from a loss. So since that last loss, which was to Pantoja, he's been on a win streak. Really interested to see what's going to happen in this fight. I've been back and forth with who I'm going to pick, but I feel like the odds are right as far as having Pantoja as the favorite. I just feel like he's more well-rounded. Before the Moreno fight, I looked at him as like more of a grappler, but after that fight, he proved to me that not only does he have a chin, but his striking is pretty good too. And so I feel like he's going to be a hard guy to take that belt off of. I feel like most of the people who would be considered for title fights, he's already beaten. Because honestly, I feel like Manel Cop fights Kakar France. He already beat Manel Cop. Kakar France, he hasn't fought yet, but he already beat Brandon Moreno. He beat Brandon Royval.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like this division needs some new blood in it, but at the same time, kind of crazy because this used to be one of the divisions that was kind of boring, but now it's like anytime you see a flyweight title fight on the card, it's generally fight of the night.
Yeah, it is. I'm real interested to see this fight. I feel like Pantoja, I would say that he's a better fighter and more well-rounded. Brandon Royval, he's like a raging bull, and he kind of goes out and is like kill or be killed kind of. But ever since the Pantoja loss, like you said, he did refine his game and kind of tone it down a little bit. He got a submission over Matt Snell, and that was pretty impressive to me because
I'm a big Matt Snell fan.
yeah, me too. So I feel like that was impressive.
Hey, you
And
know
then,
what people sleep on? I feel like we should probably do a show dedicated to it.
what?
Matt Snell versus Sumadarji.
Yeah, yeah, that was a good fight. Um, I would say I feel like Pantoja he should get the victory, but I'm gonna just pick the upset here and go with Royval. If Royval win, he gonna have to finish him. Oh, but at the same time, in Pantoja, I don't believe he ever has been finished. But I mean, this is MMA, so stuff like that does happen. So uh, I will have to pick the upset for Royval for I guess a second round TKO. Yeah, that's my final pick.
Hey, so who are Pantoja's losses against? You know?
I'm gonna find that right now.
And by the way, Brandon Moreno is the backup fighter, so I feel like
Oh, for
if
real?
anything happens to break up this fight, we still in for an exciting fight.
Of course. All right, so he lost Askarov by unanimous decision, and
What
Dustin.
happened to him? Did he get cut? At one point,
Oh,
I thought he was going to be a future champ.
oh no, Dustin Ortiz by decision, and Josier Formiga by decision,
I
and
think
William Viana by decision.
I don't think none of those guys are even in the UFC anymore.
No.
Didn't realize how long Pantoja been around.
Yeah, since 2007.
American Top Team be putting out straight killers, don't they?
Yeah, they do for real.
All
All
right,
right.
so moving right along, we come to the main event of the evening. Before we get into this fight, I do want to say that there was some added heat to it. I do believe we have a video, so I just want y'all to check this out real quick.
Dude, you might be the stupidest guy on the UFC roster. Literally, you're so fucking stupid. On Saturday night, I'm gonna bring you to a place you never want to be. I'm gonna bring you to 7th layer hell.
Okay.
No, I'm bringing you to 7th layer hell. We'll say what's up to your dad while we're there.
Oh.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Leon Edwards, born in Jamaica. His dad got murdered when he was like 13, and so they moved to England, and that's what Kobe Covington was referencing. I feel like Kobe's always that guy to take it to the next level. Kobe Covington, I heard this stat is all right. So there's this stat where they talk about people who have been on long layoffs who came right back into a title fight. And some of them are understandable because some of them were champions already, like John Jones, GSP, so forth and so on. But when you look at guys that have never held a belt and went on a long layoff and came back into a championship fight, Kobe Covington is number 1 on that list, and he's number 6 on that list.
Yeah.
His last fight was, I think, March or May 2 years ago. So it's been like a year and 9 months. And comes right into a title fight. Leon Edwards, I feel like Kobe Covington is catching Leon Edwards at the most inopportune time because Leon Edwards' last 2 fights were both against Kamaru Usman, who is also a wrestler, who defeated Kobe Covington twice. Kamaru Usman, especially in that second fight, you can tell Leon elevated from the first to the second. Usman had a very hard time taking Leon Edwards down. So I feel like by him refining his takedown defense against Usman, and then his next fight is against a wrestler, I feel like that benefits him. I can see this fight playing out 2 ways. I can see Leon Edwards defending takedowns. The way he did it against Usman was brilliant. Even when he got pushed up against the cage, he made it a point to put 2 hands on one and get wrist control, fight the wrist, and not let Kamaru Usman lock the hands, which made it impossible for him to get the takedown. And then whenever he got off the fence, he circled out to the middle of the cage instead of putting his back right back up against the fence, which I see guys do a lot. I feel like Leon Edwards can keep it at range and snipe him, but I can very well see us spending like a round or 2 with Kobe just pressuring him all on top of him, smothering him, even if you don't get the takedown, just like kind of like, for lack of a better word, like just riding them, kind of like, you know what I mean? Like just like how you did
Dos Anjos?
No, not even Dos Anjos too, but more recently
Robbie Lawler. Oh yeah.
If you see how he had Jorge up against the cage, he didn't really take him down. Jorge was on one knee and he was posting, but it's like because he was posting, he used that to let loose shots and he kind of leaned all on him. But when he did he didn't want to stop posting because he knew that was the only thing keeping him up. He kind of catch you in the in between and hold you there. Kobe Covington probably has the best cardio in MMA. His pressure is relentless. They call him chaos for a reason. I feel like that's what he does. He just comes, creates chaos. His striking isn't the best, but because you're so worried about the grappling, like I always say, when you fight somebody who's a strong grappler, it kind of stifles your striking. It kind of acts as like a striking defense. The wrestling offense kind of acts as a striking defense. But at the same time, if you look at Kobe's resume, he hasn't beaten anyone in their prime. Which is like, it's kind of weird. Leon Edwards, he's on what, like a 12 fight win streak, something like that?
Yeah, unbeaten streak technically.
Yeah, unbeaten streak. Yeah, because he had the eye poke. Xavier Martinez says Edwards by decision. Kobe ain't gonna do enough to win, but will be a long night for them. Yeah, absolutely. I can see this fight going all 5 rounds. Or I do feel like Kobe sometimes when he throws his little overhand, he do lean, and he don't want to lean into that headshot dead. Because Leon has shown that he has the ability to put you away with kicks, but it's not just the kicks you got to worry about. I feel like he's a sniper, very calculated striker. He has pretty decent footwork, but I feel like his accuracy is more so the thing. And I think when I first saw this fight was scheduled, I was saying Kobe all day, Kobe all day. But the closer we get to the fight, I feel like Leon is going to pull it off. I feel like Leon, because of all the things that I said, will be able to defend the takedowns. He might spend a round or two on the ground. One thing I like about Leon is he don't blow his wad. He's calculated, and he won't just get reckless. He's very calculated, so he'll have something in the tank in the later rounds. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
But if you let Kobe implement his game plan, then I can see him wearing down. It's one of those fights that can go either way. No matter what happens, I won't be surprised. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick Leon for the decision. Although I feel like if it goes to decision, that's more in Kobe's wheelhouse. But I'm gonna just pick Leon for this by decision, just because I don't know. That's just how I feel.
Man, I feel like people keep bringing up the fact that Leon was able to defend Usman's takedowns and stuff like that. But Usman's takedown versus a Kobe Covington takedown is different, because Usman may like throw in a few shots and then, for it then shoot in on you. Kobe's just gonna have so much pressure, man, and he might get you up against the cage and like you said, ride you up against the cage for a little bit, and he'll be content doing that for long distances and long periods of the fight. And he might use that to help get the takedown. I'm not so confident that Leon will be able to stray off Kobe for all 5 rounds. If it was a 3-round fight, maybe so. But for him to do it for 5 rounds, I just feel like Kobe, his gas and his cardio will come into play. Obviously, he's gonna be in Leon's head, so I feel like Leon might be trying to snipe him, and might leave us up open for a takedown. I was actually surprised that Kobe is the underdog in this fight. I feel like Kobe gonna win by decision. It will be competitive. I don't see Leon dropping him though. I feel like Kobe just gonna control him and clinch him and use his takedowns and wrestling for all 5 rounds. I feel like Leon might win 2 rounds, but it might be three rounds to 2.
One thing I will say is I feel like Leon cannot be going backwards. He can't be on his back foot.
Nope.
If he let Kobe walk him down and push him backwards, then I feel like that's it for him. Kobe is very relentless, man.
He is.
He's extremely relentless. Love him or hate him, or no matter how you feel about his character or his antics or whatever, he definitely brings relentlessness and toughness into the cage, and he's the king of cardio. One thing I will say is I think one reason why I changed my mind on this fight is because of the inactivity. Whereas Leon has been fighting the best of the best, Kobe been fighting guys that are on their way out, and he hasn't fought in almost 2 years. And I think that this is one of the first opponents in a long time that he fought that's actually in their prime.
Yeah, Matt's girlfriend, Brian Barberina, Don Young Kim, he was on his way out. Demi Amaya was on his way out. Dos Anjos wasn't in his prime. Robbie Lawler wasn't in his prime. Usman
wasn't in his prime.
Yeah. Woodley definitely wasn't in his prime.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what was his best win? Like his most notable
Robbie Lawler, maybe Demi Amaya in Brazil. I don't know.
Neither guy was in their prime though. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's what made me lean Leon. The more I looked into this fight.
That is a good point. I didn't even think about that.
But I guess that's pretty much it for the UFC 296. I'm really looking forward to this card. Yeah, actually, he was the interim champ, which he never lost, by the way. And that's one thing that him and Tony Ferguson have in common. Both guys were interim champ. Neither guy lost the belt. I think Tony Ferguson tore his knee up and they stripped him. And Kobe Covington, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know why they took his belt from him.
Yeah, I was going to say what happened to his belt because I remember he fought Dos Anjos for the belt, and then he fought Robbie Lawler, but that wasn't an interim title fight.
Yeah, they had stripped him. But I think it was because he couldn't fight Tyron Woodley to unify it. I think that's what it was. He had the nose surgery. But yeah, man, this should be an awesome card. I feel like they're trying to close out the show, close out the year with a bang. If you're just looking for blood and guts, this may not be the main event for you. But definitely check out that co-main because that's where you'll get that from. This is more of like a purist technique because neither one of these guys are brawlers. I could see this fight being a slow 5-round decision. Both guys have to be calculated, but Kobe, when I say slow, I mean not super entertaining. Nothing is slow about Kobe's pace. I do want to talk about a few fight announcements that was made.
Yeah.
They announced Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos.
I'm excited for that one because Tatiana should crash her.
Oh, so the Steelers of the MMA world, huh? Hey, you know what? You know what movie I watched last Monday?
What?
Remember the Titans Part 2.
Oh,
starring Will Levis. Shots fired. But yeah, we got Amanda Lemos versus Tatiana Suarez. I feel like they don't want to I feel like they don't want to give Tatiana that title shot.
Don't seem like it, right?
You know why, right?
Because they think she's gonna win it and take the belt.
Yeah, man. They want their Chinese champion, man.
I mean, what's wrong with that? I want a Chinese champion too.
I'm just saying, like the market, and sometimes the UFC pisses me off. Here we go, man. Here he go. Here he go. Hey, y'all, excuse the profane trash that you see in the background. It's making me nauseous. But yeah, he I feel like sometimes they just completely ignore it.
I just want to point out Chris said Bonez said it. I don't know what he's talking about, but he agreed with me, so shout out to that.
You ain't always right. You ain't Mike. But I feel like sometimes they completely ignore meritocracy. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like this could be Bilal Muhammad and not Kobe Covington.
Yes, we both agree on that.
They also, I heard that Jack Della Maddalena versus Gilbert Burns is in the works for Miami.
Oh, yeah,
Miami will be back in Miami in March. Right? Yeah, they announced.
Hey, wait, can I just read off some? Can I read off some of the official fights for the Miami card real quick? I'm not gonna pull it up. Just all right. So you got CJ Guevara versus Asu Amalabayev.
Oh, say what? Run that back. Hey, pull it up on the screen.
I got the next fight card on the screen for next after the pay-per-view fight. These fights they don't have on the website. This is just, you know what I mean. But you got Kareem Silva versus Lauren Murphy. That's gonna be a good one.
Oh man, really? I didn't even know Lauren Murphy was back. That's in Miami too.
Yep.
All right, so all right, CJ Guevara.
And then versus Asu. And then you got Lauren Murphy versus Karine Silva. Pedro Munoz versus Kyler Phillips.
Oh wow.
Rafael Dos Anjos versus Matash Gamrot.
Ooh.
Jailton Almeida versus Curtis Blades.
Curtis Blades. I knew about that one. Hey, you know what that matchup is all about, right? Hey, Xavier Martinez say promoting an attraction is greater than proper matchups. The totally Dana White move he said he doesn't do. and that's facts. That's facts. But you know what that Jailton Almeida Curtis Blades matchup is all about, right?
Heavyweight fight to see if John Jones gonna come back soon. If they're gonna fight Tommy Aspinall.
They basically said, bro, we gave you a layup. All you had to do was go out there and finish Derek Lewis on the ground.
Yeah.
And you didn't do it. So now we're going to put somebody in there that fights you to your strength versus strength, to see what we really have here. You feel me?
Yeah.
If you win that fight and do what you were supposed to do against Curtis Blades, then you'll be back in our good graces.
Yeah. The last two fights is Macy Barber, Caitlin Chukagian. Hopefully, Macy Barber smash her.
I like that fight.
I'm just not a fan of Caitlin. And then you got.
I feel like it's the right fight for Macy Barber though, as far as like what he at.
And obviously the main event: Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Chito Vera. Let's go, Marlon Vera.
No.
Yeah, what you mean no?
You looking at UFC 299?
Bro,
you breaking up. I can't hear you. I don't know if you're having technical difficulties or what. But also know that they was supposed to put Robert Whittaker versus Paulo Costa on that card too. Say it again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that they got UFC 299 March 9th, 2024. The main event so far is O'Malley and Vera.
I don't know why I thought that was the card. I thought that main event was on the card prior.
Nah.
But you heard what I said? They were supposed to put Jack Della Maddalena and Gilbert Burns. I don't think that's official yet. And Robert Whittaker versus Paulo Costa.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be real good. I think the card before it would be the Strickland and Duplessis. Oh no. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Card before that is your boy Ilya Taporia and Volkanovski.
Yeah, 298. Yep, in Anaheim, California. I'm gonna be real excited for that fight.
Yeah, man. UFC is on a roll. I really don't think that I'll be making that trip to Miami this year, though.
Yeah, them tickets gonna be crazy.
Yeah, they're gonna be super crazy. But anything else you want to add as far as 296?
Nah. I got the next fight card up. It's gonna be Uncle Lyle versus Johnny Walker.
There go Manel Cott right there versus Mataus Nicolau, who I was just talking about.
Why you not fighting Kaikara France?
I don't know. You got A10 Jim Miller versus Gabriel Benitez. Michi Chasson versus Caitlin Vieira. That should be a good one. Ricky Simone and Mario Batista should be good. Bruno Ferreira, Phil Halls. I ain't seen him in a minute. The Pitbull, Andre Arlovsky. Waldo Cortez Acosta. I'm sorry.
He had a walk-off KO last fight. Oh, there go
Marcus McGee.
Hey, look. Basel Hafez. I remember he fought on JDM.
Yeah, you're right. That was his debut.
Yeah, Marcus McGee. Yeah,
hey, don't sleep on Marcus McGee, man. Norma Dumont, Yana Santos. That's not a bad card for a free fight night.
Oh, this French guy supposed to be real good. Taylor Laplice. Remember he fought in France last time.
Nah, I remember the face, but I don't remember. I can't. Nicholas Motar, his last fight was fire.
Yep. And that's all we got.
I don't know. We're gonna try to bring y'all more content for 2024. We're working on some things, try to make the show better for y'all.
Hey, what I'm also do? I'm also starting in 2024. I'm gonna do a better job of keeping track of all our picks, and then at the end of the year, we'll do like a big time bet.
Yeah, he stopped doing it this year because I was blowing him out of the water.
Hey, what you mean? Are you not winning? You don't even know. You weren't keeping track, so you don't know I wasn't winning.
I wasn't keeping track like that because once I lost count of how far I was
right. All right, here you go.
Prove me wrong.
I won. I was winning. My word.
Yeah. We might try to put together something like an end of the year show too, something for like what things that we would consider as fights of the year.
Hey, look, Xavier said, speaking of picks, he got to make his for the end of the year show. I think he's talking about.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
Xavier,
hey,
we
Trevor,
need to figure out a way to keep Trevor from winning this thing, man. He up on everybody right now.
Are you talking about the football? Yeah. Well, the end of the year awards, I'm very excited for. That's something that Trevor doing in 2 weeks for the Wrestling with Reality show. So I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah, I was thinking we should do something like that, but I don't know if time is gonna permit. But I definitely want to start bringing more content. So we won't keep y'all waiting so long. In the meantime, please like, subscribe to the channel. We got something on here for everybody. We do Man Talk Mondays every Monday at 6 or 7:05. I'm sorry, I can't remember the times.
I think it's 6:30.
On Sundays, usually at around sometime after the Dolphins play, we do the deep dive with the Dolphins games, so we can talk about how crazy it is that trash could look so good when it's playing bigger trash.
Hey, shout out to the Buccaneers. Even though we 6-7, we're gonna get on the road, win our last 4 games, and win the division. Let's go, Bucks!
Looking at the way my team been performing lately, I need to lower my voice and come from a little bit more humble standings. Because
hey, who playing Sunday for y'all? Is it Trubisky or is it
we play tomorrow?
I'm saying who's your quarterback gonna be though? Trubisky.
It don't even matter, to be honest with you. I feel like if it's Trubisky, we're gonna get some turnovers, but he might go downfield. If it's Kenny Pickett, hey, you want to hear something crazy?
What's up?
Kenny Pickett has the longest active streak. Well, he has broken the Steelers record for the most passes thrown without an interception.
Mitch, the true Trubisky.
Yeah, Trubitsburg. Yeah, man. I see Minka calling people out, man. I feel like we need a QB bad, though. And these players are getting me pissed off because I feel like they threatening Tomlin job, but at the same time, based off of me watching the games, it's not a coaching problem, it's an execution problem. Which, I mean, I guess you could say that, and people think because Matt Canada gone and everything is supposed to be flip-flop, but we still running his offense because you can't install a new offense in the middle of a season. You get what I'm saying? So we still running his offense. We just got a little tweaks to it, but it's still his playbook. I'm hoping that we keep Tomlin next year and go ahead and Minka left the Dolphins and was great.
Hey, Trevor said just put a helmet on the trash can. That's all the same for y'all quarterbacks. Man, hey, you know, I love the Trevor Zay rivalry, man.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I don't love how he been winning the pool though. Like, damn, I can't get one cause.
Yeah, send y'all picks in, man.
Greedy. But all right, y'all.
Hey, enjoy the fights tomorrow.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and the best is blessed, baby.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Keep it clean. Touch gloves if you wish. Let's do it.
Straight Talk MMA, hosted by Zay Bonez, the MMA Brotherz.